My name is Bradley Lewis.
And I'm Chris Orr, and we've got a special edition of BKTV for you today.
That's right. We're going to do things a little bit differently today, starting off our show with a live report from the career fair.
Then we'll get some insight into the snow day process before we reveal the starting lineups for this year's students versus staff's basketball game. All of this and more on BKTV Live.
We are live here at
Josh
the
Johnson
career
standing by to answer
day.
questions about the career
Here
fair.
in the field house,
BKTV's
and I
Alex
have
Coomer
Mr.
is
Josh
ready to give us
Johnson, our
more
guest
information
here
on this
for
event.
BK.
Take it away, Alex.
Mr. Josh Johnson, what is your role at the career fair?
I helped organize the career fair. A lot of this has to do with my job, which is making sure students have a career path and a plan for when they graduate high school. And so most of the speakers you see here, I contacted them, and Dr. Kearns, she's the main organizer of this, but I helped contact most of the representatives that are here with us today.
Oh, that's very good. So for any student wondering and still struggling to figure out a job opportunity, especially here with our seniors here, what's the best way for them to get a hold of you?
Well, my office is in the counseling office. I'm open to walk-ins anytime somebody wants to come in. And also I can just be emailed anytime. I respond to them very quickly. It's jdjohnson@farmington.k12.mo.us.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Johnson. And here also joining us is Mr. Aaron Willard. Willard, yeah, sorry.
That's all right.
So what does your booth and what does your career offer?
So I am the HR manager with Lee Mechanical Contractors. We do full service mechanical contracting. We have a full fabrication shop in Park Hills where we fabricate anything structural steel. And we go into our clients' facilities, mostly industrial plants, and work on their machinery, do new construction for them, piping systems, shutdown, turnaround work.
Cool. So for all the students here and who've been through here, what are your advice to them?
Just make sure you have a plan. If you're know what you want to do, know what you don't want to do, that's just as important. But make sure you have a plan. If you're college bound, if you're in a college-bound career, know what your steps are. If you're looking to go into a trade school, know what your steps are. Work with your counselors and just have a plan.
Thank you, Mr. Aaron Willard.
Thanks.
All
Appreciate
right.
it.
So, this has been Alex Coomer reporting live from the BKTV Career Fair Day. Take it away back to headquarters.
Closer to the end of school, the chances for another snow day are less each day. But who decides when school is canceled? BKTV's Corbin Halfley and Michael Whitaker have more, including a sit-down with Dr. Gibbs.
Snow days are universally great for students, but how they affect staff? To start, we have FHS student Layton Keefe's thoughts.
I wish it was a snow day today. I love them. I mostly just sit back at home, play a game, read a book. I love snow days.
Well, that wasn't much of a surprise, but what does Farmington Superintendent Dr. Gibbs do on snow days?
I am usually in my office because if it's a snowy morning that I've had to get out, I'm out anyway, so I'll get in there early, and it's a great time to get caught up. It's a much quieter time around the district with everybody else not there, and so work on the things that kind of get put to the back burner sometimes, or really be able to dig in deeper with some strategic planning, with the budget, all of those things that don't sound very fun, but it gives me a really concentrated time to focus on those. It's not always an easy decision. You have to take a lot of factors into account, so sometimes neighboring schools maybe getting out, pretty early, and we're looking at things and looking at factors specific to our region, making phone calls and checking in. So just always the patience of as we navigate those decisions, and then always you want to err on the side of caution, make sure that we're careful and safety first, but we also want to maximize the time that kids are in school learning. So there's always a balance between the two of safety with the learning and making sure we guard as much instructional time as we can. obviously there's been odd days this year, and I would assume any year, where you can't really base it on snow amount, because a little bit of snow might just blanket the roads enough to really create slippery conditions. Sometimes more snow, they can get it off the roads and it's not as slick. And then obviously when we had the glaze of ice and nobody really could get out, that was an immediate kind of locked up the whole community, because it's just you couldn't even really walk on it, much less drive on it. So there's no set answer. We have the Director of Operations, Mr. Hain, the Director of Transportation, Ms. Williams. We all drive different parts of the district, so it might be that the northern part is worse than the southern part, or the east versus the west, and so it just all depends on which areas are bad, which areas we're going to be going over with the bus routes, and how that will be impacted.
All in all, snow days are a great time for teachers to catch up on work and for students to relax. Reporting for BKTV, I'm Corbin Halfley.
I'm Michael Whitaker.
Unfortunately, we've only had 4 snow days so far this year. However, we will have a weather-related day off on Monday, April 8th for the solar eclipse.
Now we're here with the Student Council to draw some names for the student basketball game.
Would you like to go?
First name is Dustin Randazzo.
Dustin Randazzo is the first person picked for the students team.
Second name is Reed Tebow.
Reed Tebow is the second person picked for the students team.
The third person is JC Jarvis.
JC Jarvis is the second person on the students, or the third person on the students team.
Next is Brock Moon.
Brock Moon is the fourth person on the students team.
Trenton Rector.
Trenton is the fifth person on the students team.
Reed Parson.
Reed Parson is the sixth person on the students team.
Leighton Tennant.
Leighton Tennant is the seventh person on the students team.
Jeremiah Cunningham.
Maya Cunningham is the eighth person on the students team.
Gabe Giuliani.
And Gabe Giuliani is the 10th person, 9th
One more.
on the students team.
And then Raylan LaCava.
And Raylan LaCava is the last person on the students team.
And then the coaches team is Mr. Bird, Mr. Callahan, Mr. Johnson, Miss Zipridge, Mr. Lucas, Mr. Holloway, Miss Baker, Mr. McIntyre, and Mrs. McIntyre.
And those will be coached by Coach Stone.
Coach Stone will be coaching the teachers team. That's all for this episode of BKTV. Thank you for watching.